Hello everyone, I'm Max, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. Here are 7 of the best, most disturbing, and convincing paranormal videos on the internet. Warning, this video may make you believe in ghosts. These new paranormal videos include footage of ghostly apparitions, poltergeist activity, and many other supernatural phenomena. For spooky season and Halloween, I decided to truly maximize your fear with this ghostly compilation. Trust me, this one is scary. Also stay tuned for a special and very scary nature clip at the end of this video. You won't want to miss it. So grab your I Found Bigfoot coffee mugs and allow your fear to be maximized as we dive into the most disturbing ghost videos on the internet. This is one of the best but most terrifying pieces of paranormal evidence ever. It's a newer encounter that was just highlighted on September 15th, 2025. And what makes it so believable as well is it comes directly from a police department in North Carolina, the Pender County Police Department. On this night, they received a 911 call that was so shocking and so bizarre and so real that it even baffled police. Take a listen to what Pender County Sheriff A.W. Cutler has to say about the encounter.
It is very hard to listen to that call, to that 911 tape, without becoming somewhat unnerved. It actually bothered me the first time that I heard it.
He recalls the call actually bothered him and shook him to his core. Now take a listen to some of the actual audio from the call.
Pender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
Yes.
Okay.
The caller sees what looks like a man bleeding, standing on the side of the road. But what happens next proves it wasn't a man.
And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road?
What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the bed of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road. It's in my truck. In the bed.
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am. I just turned on my bed lights for my truck, and there's something in my bed.
Someone or something jumps onto his truck. You can even hear the thud in the audio. The man freaks out and screams, "That's not human." You can tell he's genuinely filled with fear, unable to comprehend what's going on. The call ends on the question, "Well, what was it?" from the dispatcher, a question that may remain forever unanswered.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
One thing is for sure though, it wasn't human. The sheriff goes over the report they filed, providing us with real photos used for the case. This illustration here shows us exactly what happened and gives us a general layout of his surroundings. The caller recalls, "This thing jumped in the bed of my truck and started beating on the top of my truck. It was scratching and beating the cab, and you could hear it." According to him, this thing, this creature, this humanoid, stood up in the middle of the road after he threw it off of his truck by slamming on his brakes. It stood up and then made its way quickly to the wood line and ran into the woods. Many paranormal enthusiasts are saying this is some amazing evidence. Some even go as far as to say that it proves the existence of the paranormal or cryptids. Mostly because it was a real 911 call coming from a real police department. The evidence is indeed very solid. What did this man witness this night? Was it some kind of ghostly entity that haunts the road? An unknown malevolent creature trying to attack him? It sure sounds like it. On October 5th, 2025, a man named Dustin Frazier would have one of the most unsettling paranormal encounters ever. He was at work and everything was pretty routine. The night was slow and stormy, so he was just sitting at his front desk watching Scooby-Doo. He then realized when he looked into the TV, he could see what looked like someone standing behind him, like the shadow of someone standing behind him. And he could only see it in the reflection, but nobody was there.
You can see there is nothing standing over here, right? But look. What the is that? This is me. And like,
he pans back and forth from the TV reflection to the room, and obviously nobody is standing there. But then who's that in the reflection? The most disturbing part of this is that every time he pans back over to the reflection, the figure moves closer and closer, until eventually it's right behind him.
and like I turned.
This is when he decides to run away, absolutely horrified. Looking closer at the figure, it looks like a girl in a pink dress and a blue jacket, but her face looks off. We can't see many details in the reflection, but we can tell its head is big and round, larger than a normal human's head. Dustin believes his workplace is haunted, as this is not his first time seeing something like this. Other poltergeist activity, like things moving on their own and even apparitions, have reportedly been spotted. Online viewers are completely freaked out by this encounter, and they're telling him to quit his job. But some aren't convinced, saying that this could just be a well-edited hoax video for some quick internet fame. Believers argue his reaction seems rather genuine, and the footage itself looks pretty convincing. But what do you all think? It's been going viral recently, so I figured I'd share it with you guys and get your opinions. Regardless of what you believe, it's still a downright chilling piece of video. Now, there are lots of ghost videos on the internet, and if you're anything like me, I don't believe a lot of them. I like to think I'm a very rational thinker, and my mind tries to debunk anything that doesn't make sense, and I try to come up with a real-life explanation for everything. Well, with all of this evidence here for this one, this is one of those encounters that I just can't explain. The evidence is very thorough and very convincing, maybe the most convincing of all time. It all began on September 8th, 2025. A mother who runs a daycare center at her home is responsible for the strange footage. She has an older daughter though, and she's the one who posted the footage to the internet. They have security cameras up around their home for safety reasons and for her daycare business. But one day her camera would capture something completely unexplainable. She was watching over her daycare kids when one of them got very spooked by something in the other room. He runs out screaming, terrified, and is unable to tell the mother what scared him. Then, seconds later, the entire playhouse tips over and falls, but none of the kids are inside.
Were you in there? Were you in there? Who knocked this over? Who knocked this over?
It fell over all on its own. The mother is frantic, running around trying to figure out how this happened. But when she watched the footage back, she found out that the kids really didn't do it. Not only did the house tip over on its own, but in the doorway, right after the kid came running out scared, we see what looks like a ghostly apparition. A pair of dark hands grabbing the doorway. After the child runs out, the hands sink back down into the room and disappear. The daycare owner's daughter makes a follow-up video on all of this. She shows us and tells us what really scared the kid that day.
The main thing, and the reason that the little boy was screaming, is actually in here. We have this covered up for a reason. Apparently, the little boy told my mom he saw a face in these mirrors.
The kid saw a face in the vanity mirror, a face that wasn't there. We now know why he was so terrified. Was it the face of a ghost? The girl also talks about how they're in the process of selling this mirror, and for now they're not letting any of the kids go into the room until it's gone. And this should have been the end of it all, but it's not. One night they were monitoring the security cameras and the daughter sees that the child's safety gate is opening, but obviously no one at all is there. She rushes in quickly to investigate.
That's fucking creepy. Do it again.
Sure enough, the gate is all the way open now. She steps inside the room and calls out for whatever did this to do it again. She repeats it a few times, but the gate never opens. However, something more terrifying happens. The sheet covering up the mirror moves strangely. She realizes this and begins to run away, and it moves again. The way it moves is so quick and unnatural. It doesn't look like a movement that could be made by a human. And obviously, the only thing underneath this sheet is the vanity. There's no way a human could fit under this. But yet, somehow, something moves. Now they keep the door locked to the room and they don't let anyone inside. No further updates were given, and it's unknown if they sold the mirror yet or not. But if anything else comes out about this one, I'll definitely update you all. With all of this videographic evidence, background info, and the terrified reactions of the children, the mother, and the daughter, this one seems very legit. Legit enough to chill you to your core. Let's go ahead and take a look at more paranormal evidence caught on security cameras. These spooky videos come from a bakery called the Rocky City Cake Company. But this isn't just any ordinary bakery. Practically all of the people who work there say it's haunted. After experiencing multiple unexplainable encounters, they began uploading their findings to TikTok. The first clip, taken on March 28th when absolutely nobody was inside, shows a picture mysteriously falling off the shelf. Then in the next video, one of the employees was walking away when what looks like a big speaker falls down all on its own. Big objects like this don't just fall on their own. You can see it was sitting there completely stable on the chair. Then it looks like an unseen presence pushes it forward and it topples over. Then in this video here, we see a small toy umbrella literally fly off a shelf. Once again, it looks like it was pushed with force. Then we see an antique get pushed off. And last but not least, viewers point out that in one of their videos, there looks to be a reflection of a creepy looking face. It's an absolutely huge reflection of what looks to be a weird face looking sideways. Is all of this enough evidence to conclude this bakery is haunted? From all of the poltergeist activity to the strange reflection, it's definitely some strange footage. Not only this, but the actual owner of the bakery is sure it's haunted and fully believes. But the most important question remains, do you believe? Now I've seen this video floating around the internet recently. It's one of the most unsettling videos I've ever seen. But viewers are torn. Is this a real paranormal encounter or a well-edited hoax? A woman was live streaming on March 5th, 2025. It was your average live stream. She was sitting there on her phone just talking to the camera and reading chat and also responding to viewers. But then something happens behind her, but she doesn't see it in the moment, but we do.
Yo nunca he sentido que me parezco a Dua Lipa, pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos. Que muchísima gente me dice que me parezco a la Dua Lipa del 2018 más o menos, que tiene como el cabello cortito. O sea, ella se ve increíble, tenía el cabello súper bonito y yo parezco... no sé, o sea...
One of the scariest looking faces you'll ever see is right behind her, peering at her through her window. The face looks human, but not, with wide sunken eyes, leathery skin, and long dark hair. It remains completely still and never blinks once, and then it quickly moves to the side and leaves. She continues on with her conversation once the figure is gone, never knowing it was there. Viewers argued that if this was real, then she would have seen it. However, when you're on a live stream like this, locked into reading and responding to chats, it's very possible she wouldn't have noticed it. And in the moment, that is what she was doing. Could this woman really be getting stalked by an unknown demonic presence? Whatever this thing was, it was downright terrifying. Since the clip's upload, the woman hasn't really made a response video, keeping us in the dark. She hasn't really discussed if she had ever seen it or if she even really knew about it, so it looks like it will remain mysterious. What do you guys think though? Clever hoax or real disturbing ghost encounter? Let me know in the comments down below. On October 5th, 2025, in Midlothian, Virginia, something strange was spotted in the sky above. It's a brand new UFO or UAP video, and it's very exclusive too. It comes from a man named Scott, who spotted it from his backyard. Take a look. An odd metallic ball floats and rotates through the blue sky. We can tell it's metallic by the way it reflects the sunlight at times. What could this be though? It obviously doesn't look like any aircraft we know of here on Earth. How would something shaped like this even fly? We don't see any propellers or wings or anything. Skeptics argue it could be a weather balloon or something, but the way it moves, it almost moves with purpose, like it's going somewhere. Balloons usually float around sporadically, especially with the wind. The wind usually causes them to move up and down, side to side, all over the place, not in a straight direct line like this. And there have been a decent amount of videos that capture a similar phenomenon. An unidentifiable metallic spherical object making its way through the sky. And it seems like new UFO or UAP videos are coming out every single day. I feel like I haven't been covering them as much as I usually do on this channel, so if you guys want to see more clips like this, let me know in the comments, because I definitely have a lot more, and I think they're pretty interesting too. Time for today's nature clip, and once again, it was taken by me. Yesterday, as I was doing research for this video right here, I looked out of my window and saw something that caught my eye. A huge hawk sitting atop my neighbor's home. So I pulled out my phone, pulled my blinds up, and began recording.
That thing's huge. You can't tell how big it is on video, but that thing is actually huge. There he goes. Whoa! Where'd he go? What? I see you.
I find hawks so fascinating. They're powerful birds of prey known for their incredible eyesight, speed, and hunting precision. Hawks are carnivorous hunters, feeding mostly on small mammals, birds, reptiles, and insects. They use a combination of stealth, speed, and surprise to catch their prey. Some, like the red-tailed hawk, are known to perch high on poles or trees and dive down in a swift strike. And I actually have seen hawks dive and strike prey before. It's such a cool and scary thing to see. Nature is scary and unpredictable, and can honestly be scarier than the unknown at times. That's why I always love to include wildlife clips at the end of my videos. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and if you want to see more paranormal stuff like this, let me know. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash the like buttons, Mom. Let's aim for 5,000 likes for another one of these paranormal videos. And if you want to get to know me more, you want to see more of my spooky content, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Maxwell Fear, or you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Maximum Fear YT. And be sure to subscribe to the channel, because only 20% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed. And be sure to hit that bell as well so you don't miss when I upload. And also feel free to check out my special Maximum Fear merchandise and coffee mugs. They're in the description down below. And shout out to my second channel, More Maximum Fear, where I post other scary content that you guys would definitely love. Alright, I hope your fear was maximized. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.